Excel 2 Learn Excel Formula. In this series of videos, we are going to learn all the Excel formulas in the alphabetical order. In the today's section, we are going to learn how to calculate the absolute value and the accrued interest using Excel formula. Consider you have the table values and I want to calculate the difference between the two values. So I have calculated it, and there are few values which have minus sign. So how to change it, how to convert it to positive values using absolute ABS and select the first value. So if I drag it down, it will be calculated for whole. Now see the -1 changed to 1. You can use this formula directly like this and just type equal to ABS and select the first column value and select the second column value. And press enter and drag that cell down. So that's it. You got the value and you got the non-negative values. Let's see how we can calculate the accrued interest using Excel formula. So what is accrued interest? So this is the interest which is related to the security bonds. For the security bond, you will receive the interest periodically. Along with that, you will have some accumulated value in the form of accrued interest. So let's see how we can calculate the accrued interest using the Excel formula. The formula used to calculate the accrued interest is ACCRINT. In the formula, you need to enter the issue date, that is the date on which you buy that bond. And secondly, you need to enter the first interest date, that is the interest paid after the issue of the bond. The settlement date is the date on which the bond is traded to the buyer. The coupon rate is the rate of interest per annum. The par value is the amount of money that bond issuer agreed to repay to the purchaser at the bond's maturity. Frequency is related to the payment of interest, whether it is paid annually, semi-annually or quarterly. Basis is the number of days taken into account for the calculation of the interest. Consider you are buying the bond and the issue date of the bond is 2nd of January 2019. So the first interest rate is exactly after 6 months of the purchase of the bond. The settlement date is the date on which the bond is traded to the buyer. The annual interest rate is taken as 5% and the par value as 10,000. And now I am going to calculate the accrued interest which the buyer obtained between the issue date and the settlement date, that is January 2nd to March 2nd. So let's start with ACCRINT formula and the issue date. Select the issue date which is in D8, the first interest date in D9 and the settlement date in D10 and the coupon rate in D11 and the par value in D12. So I am selecting here semi-annual, so it is 2, the basis. So there were 5 bases and I am selecting 365 days and press enter. So 80 rupees is the accrued value between January to 2019 until the bond reaches the buyer. And next we are going to calculate the accrued interest obtained on a bond at the maturity. Consider you are buying the bond and the issue date of the bond is on 2nd January 2020 and the settlement date is exactly after 10 years and it's on 31/12/2029 and the coupon rate is 3% and the par value I am buying it for 10,000 rupees. So what is basis? So there were 5 options. Let's see that what are those. And these are the 5 options and it only says about the number of days taken into consideration for the calculation. So I am going to take here as number 3, that is actual 365 days. Come on, let's calculate the accrued interest for that days and let's start with equal to and ACCRINTM. So the issue date, select it from D8 and select the settlement date from D9 and the coupon rate from D10 and the par value from D11 and the basis you can select it from the table or you can select it directly there or you can enter 3. So press enter. So here you can see there is the error which shows value error. And now change this general here to date format. So let's go to the more number formats, and from there select date and select your customized and press OK. Replace that dot with a slash by pressing Ctrl H. You can also enter directly the date in the formula itself. So let's select that particular cell equal to ACCRINTM, and the issue date start with date. So when you type the date, it will display that, and enter the year, enter the month, and enter the date. So like this you can enter the date directly in the formula itself if you have any such errors like this.